Alright, fellow YouTubers, this video is for you. After I posted my last video where I did the Canon lenses tested on the Sony body, I got a bunch of emails from YouTubers saying, hey, I have the A7 III but my focus isn't working, what's going on? I'm trying to get it all set up but I can't seem to get the focus working. So rather than writing a bunch of emails, I figured, hey, I'll make a quick little video and try and help you guys out. But first, I just want to say that I'm not a Sony guy. I haven't owned a Sony camera for more than 8 days, and I just was playing around with the settings. I watched some YouTube videos. I just sort of guessed it, and I guess it worked. But I just want to say I'm not a Sony guy, so I mean, if you're troubleshooting, there's not much I can do to help. I'll share my settings with you. I'll give you as much information as I know, but I'm no expert on the topic. So that's the first thing I want to say. Second thing I want to say is that my Metabones adapter was not updated. I didn't update the firmware. Someone asked me that, and I just basically took the Metabones thing or adapter and I pulled it out of the box. I stuck it on the camera. I stuck the Canon lens on it, and that was it. So whatever the factory default settings are, that's the settings. Those are the settings I have on my Metabones adapter. And the third thing is, if you want to get your eye autofocus working, as far as I know, there's 3 settings. One, you have to go into your custom functions and assign one of your custom buttons to eye autofocus. 2, you have to set your focus area to wide. And 3, you have to set your focus mode to continuous. So all your focus points are working to track the eye as long as the eye autofocus button is pushed down. Anyway, I'll show you guys all that right now. Let me get my camera and I'll make a video of the back of the camera in the settings mode. Okay guys, here is the back of my A7 III, and these are my settings. Let's call these tabs across the top, and this section here says 1 of 14, 2 of 14. Let's call those sections, so we'll have tabs and sections so we can stay on the same page and find things properly. Okay, so now let's talk about setting eye autofocus. First place you have to go is tab 2, section 8 of 9. So let's go tab 2, and then we're gonna go to 8 of 9. Okay, so these 3 options here are for setting the custom buttons on the back of the camera, and there's a lot of custom buttons, some on the front here too, and you can set them to whatever you want. For me personally, I like the AEL button right here to be eye autofocus. So when I'm holding the camera, it's just easy to access with my thumb. I can press it anytime. So we hit this custom key, we go in there, section 3, and there's the AEL button, so we click on that, and then here we go to section 4 out of 22, and at the bottom you should see the eye autofocus setting. You click on that, and now the AEL button is set to eye autofocus, and we go back to the menu. So that's the first step. Okay, and for the next step we have to go to section 1, 5 of 14. So there's section 1 and 5 of 14, and there's 2 settings we have to play with here. There's focus mode and there's focus area. So we'll start with focus mode. And what you want for this is continuous autofocus. You have a bunch of different options. Because I have a Canon lens on here, a lot of the options are grayed out, but all we need is continuous AF. So we click on that, go back to menu, and then focus area. We want to make sure that's set to wide. You have a bunch of options down here. The top one is wide, so click on that, back to menu, and eye autofocus should work at this point. As soon as you hit the AEL button, give it a try on your camera. If it doesn't work, I'm going to go through some other settings I have set here just in case those make a difference. Okay, so I was talking to another YouTuber and he was telling me about this setting. It is in tab 2, section 4 of 9. So tab 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 of 9, and it's E front curtain shut. And he told me to put that in the on position. I don't know if that's going to make a difference with eye autofocus, but I have that on. Now we're back in section 1, 5 of 14, and priority set in AFC balanced emphasis. I don't know if that's a stock setting or if I changed that while I was playing around, but that's set. Okay, so now we're in tab 1, section 9 of 14, and here we have face priority in multimeter, and I have that set to on. Now we're in tab 1, 6 of 14, and this is the autofocus system, and I have it set to phase detection AF. And then here I set the AF tracking sends to 1 locked on. And that's pretty much it for the settings that I messed around with. So hopefully if you have all those things set, your camera should work. And then on the side here, if you're using the Metabones, this button or this tab is switched to the up position. And that's it. That's all I did. And let me set up a face on my TV so I can demonstrate this tracking. Alright, so here we are, looking at a picture of Asha on my website loaded up on the TV. You might remember her from vlog number 30. So here we go, hitting the eye autofocus button and everything works. It's tracking her just fine, no problems. Bring it a little closer for you guys. There we go. As long as you hold the AEL button down, it should continue tracking the eye. Alright, so hopefully that helps you all with setting up your cameras with Canon lenses and the Metabones adapter so you can achieve focus too. I'm going to quickly go through the settings on the back of my camera here, and if you want to copy them, go for it. Just pause the video. I'm going to go through them pretty quick. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that helps, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, this is my first Sony camera. I've never used a Sony before. I'm not too familiar with all the settings, so if any of you Sony experts out there have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'm all ears. I'm all about learning how to use this new camera system. So yeah, thanks in advance for any suggestions.